Hello and welcome to my Apple Watch Ultra 1 year review. I've had this Apple Watch Ultra for a year and thought it would be about time to give you a review. I never uploaded the unboxing of this watch on the channel because I felt at the time the channel had moved away from watches. But as you can see, over the past couple of months I have uploaded a few other watch unboxings which I hope you've enjoyed. If you'd like to see more reviews of the other watches I've unboxed, please do put your comments and suggestions down below. So I guess where we'll begin is with a little bit of a story. In 2016, I think it was probably November, so 7 years ago, I decided to pick up an Apple Watch Series 2. Much like me venturing into the Apple iPhone with the iPhone 3G, it was a completely new experience to me. I'd never had a Garmin, a Sunto, even a Fitbit. The other watches I'd owned were all G-Shocks mainly. So a smart watch was a completely new experience to me. Trying to think why back then I purchased it, I thought it would be cool to check my emails and have it connected to the phone, so maybe I got alerts and things pop up. And it was really, really cool at the time. I didn't even look at the Apple Watch first generation because they weren't water resistant. I thought that with this new one, the Series 2, that I could wear it in the pool and it would measure my distance and my strokes and my heart rate when I was working out. I'd wear it in the gym and all the rest of it. And I used it a lot. It completely replaced my G-Shocks. I wore it to work, I wore it in the gym, I wore it every day, I wore it to running, swimming, all my other activities, many of these reviews as well. It did take a absolute beating. You could probably see couple of the scratches and things, but that's just what I call its veteran status. I didn't think it was too big back then either. As you can see, it has all the complications I specifically need. I liked the colours, I liked how the colours matched with the actual case. At the time I thought it was a reasonably sized watch. I didn't think it was huge, and there were two size options back then. I think the 42mm and I want to say the 38mm, which of course they're all unisex, but I guess the 38 was sort of aimed at females a little bit more. But it had the Ion X glass, it had the ceramic back, GPS, the water resistance of 50 meters, which I now think maybe it wasn't the best idea to go swimming with it for an hour at a time, because I think they recommend sort of 30 minutes, but I went swimming wearing it a lot. It was the swimming watch that I wore, and it was the watch that I ran on runs in the rain, listened to AirPods and all the rest of it. I wore it as kind of like a dress watch because it's a bit of gold, even though I've never had a metal band for it. And over those 6 years, I've never had to change the battery. Yes, I've charged it every night, which wasn't a big issue. I just put it on the stand and it was charged within an hour anyway, and it was ready to go the next day. So I never took advantage of the sleep recording feature. I guess once you get home, you could put it on charge and then you could wear it overnight, but then, would it last the rest of the next day? I'd like to get the glass replaced on the screen. I'd like to get a new battery in there, and I would continue using it. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But because it was fantastic, I then picked up this, the Apple Watch Ultra, last year, and it has surpassed my expectations. I looked at it and I thought, wow, that's a big watch, and of course I'm used to G-Shocks and big G-Shocks. I thought that's going to be really heavy, not understanding that it's made out of titanium, so it's very, very light. I thought that's going to scratch because the screen is so big. I thought there's going to be issues with water, all these kind of things. And then eventually I remembered that it's called an Apple Watch Ultra. And my whole year's worth of experience with it has proven that it has surpassed my expectations, both in battery life, both in the brightness, its scratch resistance. I bang my watches all over the place. Again, I've used it with the same ferocity as the Series 2, with the swimming, with the running, with all the other fitness. I've used it by itself with the AirPods. I've used it without the phone, so going around buying things, purchasing things just with the watch. It's performed flawlessly, and whenever I think it's kind of low on battery, it always gives a little bit more. I wear it to sleep a lot, and that records all my sleep patterns. I think that's very accurate. And again, you would think it's a big watch, it's uncomfortable at night, all the rest of it. No, there's none of those things. I was so kind of apprehensive about the scratch resistance and the screen damaging and things like that, that I even picked up a screen protector just a couple of months into buying it. Never used it, never needed to. That sapphire glass is fantastic. I'm sure my Series 2 would have scratched a couple of times by now with the things I've put through this. I'd love to get the battery replaced in another couple of years, but again, I can't fault the battery. They have updated the complications and things like that and added new faces for free, which is brilliant. I also kind of wish that they would sort of charge you for some as well, that there were even more on offer, because that's one of the unique selling points of this watch, of any kind of smartwatch, is the number of faces and just being able to change the faces on the fly. I would have loved them to have brought out proper ultra metal bands, both just metal ones and titanium, but that's another good thing about Apple Watches in general, is the bands. I was able to use all of my bands from the 42mm Series 2 on this Apple Watch Ultra. So I could move over the fitness bands I was using on it. Some kind of dressier bands for the Apple Watch Ultra, like a titanium band. It's odd that they haven't brought one of those out yet. That would have been fantastic, and I hope they do that in the future, because that would just raise the profile of it, and you could use it kind of in more of a sort of smart occasion, I guess. Not a dressy occasion, but a smart occasion. I did pick up another band with the watch, and that just happened to be the Alpine band. I do think these are overpriced for what they are. Yes, they are titanium lugs, but I think at £50, keeping them all at £50 would have been a better move, rather than paying the kind of ultra premium. In terms of how these bands have held up, I've had this band for almost a year, and as you can see, there's a little bit of fraying there, just a little bit, but again, I use this nearly every day. And discoloration on the orange, but you can clean that. I wouldn't use this in the gym. This is more of like a wear this when you go to sleep kind of strap, or wear it if you're just chilling out and you're comfy, and it is the most comfortable band, hands down, because it's elasticated, it's soft material, it's perfect if you're on your laptop or if you're on a surface that you don't want to scratch, because there's no metal touching anything, unlike this hook and loop band, whereby the actual hook could scratch tops of laptops and things like that. I still think this is a nice band. It's just the Alpine is more comfortable. I got it mainly because of the colour, and it is quite secure. I haven't looked at the Ocean bands, but again, they're at that same £100 price point. Without going too far, we're looking at £300 just on straps. Now that could be a couple of decent G-Shocks for that price, or an entry-level mechanical watch even. So I am very impressed with this Apple Watch. If you are on the fence about picking up the Ultra 2 or whatever, and it's your first Apple Watch, I would not hesitate. The flat screen lends itself well to not being bumped by accident or scratched. I haven't scratched it in the whole year that I've owned it. I haven't had any issues swimming in the sea, swimming in the pool, using the action button. I think mine's the torch at the moment. That's been very handy. It's lighter than you think, and it doesn't wear as big as you think. I've just been really impressed, as this has been my kind of fitness companion for the past year, and sometimes my daily wear. And I knew it would be good, but I didn't expect it to be this good. Of course, all the features, the streaming the music, the connecting to the AirPods, the day-to-day useful tools that it has, like your calculator and your paying things on it, is very, very useful. If you can get past charging it, I charge it probably once every 2 days, if that, but I've got into a habit of either putting the power save on or just switching the watch off completely, and then it lasts 3-4 days even. So charging it isn't really an issue, as the Series 2 was, charging that every day. I'm looking forward to more wrist time with the Apple Watch Ultra, because I know it's going to deliver. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and if you do own an Apple Watch Ultra, please do put your thoughts and opinions of your own experiences down in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.